Hi there! So this video is my Dewey's 24-hour readathon wrap-up, as well as things that I have read and been reading these past days, and what I'm going to be reading tomorrow, because I am going to do yet another readathon with a friend of mine. Comics. I finished them on that day. It wasn't that hard, Um, Fortunately, I finished the arcs of those that I read, and I don't need to buy anything else of that arc. I had everything. Secret City Part 3. Um, I liked the art. Most than anything in Batman Zero Year, I liked the art. The story is not so bad either, but for example, there were panels, they were warm colors, and the next one was cold, and there was that contrast. Buffy, it's my favorite comic series, so I liked how there were some intersections with the Angel and Fate that I read some time ago, when in that Angel and Fate, Spike left because Dawn was in trouble and he was needed, and this is where Dawn was in trouble. In the end, she managed to be saved, so there's that. There is like a lot of guilt from Xander's point of view, and magic is almost restored. So yeah, moving on. This little book here, I also read this on the day of the 24-hour readathon. I thought that there would be a queer character, but that was misinformation on my part. Still rated it very highly because it's a good book on cyberbullying, on bullying, on feeling left out, on self-esteem issues. You have the perspective of the bully and the one that was bullied. There's no mention of bullying in the book, but what they did was frame her on Facebook, and she felt very embarrassed, and a lot of people saw it. So in a way, that is cyberbullying, and it's also a good, like, you have these things. You have like the status repeated, and you have some, let me find it, nonsensical words like this. And I think that it's a very innovative idea, something that especially in Malta you don't see a lot. So it was an enlightening read, and it did take me more than it should have, although I read it fairly quickly. I took some breaks, but I did read it quickly, although it hadn't been in English. I admit I would have finished it much more earlier. I'm not used to reading in Maltese, and I guess I should get some good books. Once I finished those, I started Calendar Girl by Stella Duffy. I read like half of it on that day, and then my readathon started at 2 p.m., so I didn't have that much time, and I had to wake up early on Sunday. So I started this book and I finished it Monday, because Sunday I had to work, and usually when you work you don't feel like reading that much. But this is a book that really got my interest. I haven't read a mystery in a while, so it could be that. It's a good detective story. It has alternating chapters between Maggie, girlfriend of the calendar girl, so maybe that's a spoiler, um, and also Saz Martin, the detective that's on it, and at some point then they converge at the end. It's a sad book. What I liked about this book is that Saz clearly knows the limits between police and private detective. At least I got that impression. And this is good because some private detectives in some novels think that they are the police, and she clearly knew that. What I didn't like is that the characters admitted it themselves that had they been more honest, they could have avoided certain things. Although the calendar girl is presented in such a way that you can't feel sorry for her. She lied a lot. So, yeah. Another thing, this book was written in 1994 and it has some technology which for now we consider outdated. But I was born in 1993, but I still remember like tapes and all those. The answer machine, it was a bit more hard to try and to imagine it, but I watched a lot of movies, so with that, I don't actually watch movies, but I watched a lot of TV that had answering machines, so I got that part. Um, this is part of a series, and I think I gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. I would consider reading the other books in the series. I have been meaning to read a whole series. I have never finished a whole series in my life, so that's bad. And I do like series because if I like a book, I feel like I wish to read more. But I'm not sure because Maggie won't be in the second book, so I'm not sure. Maybe I will. And something else to draw on like this. This I like buying secondhand books, and I bought this, and it's from the Kingston upon Thames library. I like old library books because you don't need to go there to have a memorabilia from there. Moving on to things which I have read from yesterday to today, that is Monday and Tuesday. I read A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. This is the fourth book. It's The Miserable Mill. This was my first series of unfortunate events book, and I had it since I didn't realize, but it was dated 31st October 2006. And I knew of the series and I knew that it was good, but I bought this particular one from a book fair because the cover reminded me of Harry Potter. I liked the book quite a lot, and I wanted a quick read. I wanted to get back into reading, so I just thought I would do it. And I liked it. I probably should, not now because I can't afford and I have a lot of TBR, but I will in the future buy or have someone donate to me um, books from this series because they're quite good. I like the illustrations, and of course I had to buy the one that's queerest because Sir and Charles are definitely confirmed together. And what I liked about this one, and I added it in fact as a quote on Goodreads, is that Olaf, when he's dressed up as Shirley, a woman, yeah, I know there's a lot of spoiler videos, so yeah. But when he's dressed up as Shirley, he says, "You should call me Shirley because I feel like being Shirley, and it's impolite not to call me that." And I think that this quote represents, or rather, would be best to explain to kids. This is a middle grade book, so it's directed to kids. Would explain self-identification to kids, like trans or genderqueer people. I think that this is the easiest way to explain it to kids. So, and I there was a lot of, like, of course, unfortunate events, and there was a death, but I think that this is a really great book that um, kids or older kids should read. Um, I know that a lot of people say that. So the second thing that I read it today. I finished it. It's the Casey Bell Mysteries by John Gatehouse and Dave Windett. It's signed, so I bought this from Comic Con. It's like comic strips. The style is that, and it's about Casey and her friend Robin. And first off, I want to point out Casey has short hair. Robin is a woman of color. So yeah, and it's about um, kids in their school having superpowers, and Casey, in the style of Veronica Mars, investigates. And I liked it. And I will have a link down in the description because this is the first book, this is the first part, but they continued it online and you can read all of it online. And I think that is a great comic. Now, tomorrow I will be doing a personal readathon with a friend, and I picked out two books which I think I should read tomorrow. The first book that I picked out is this one. It's Crossing Islandia, Exchanges Across the Israeli-Palestinian Divide by Daniela Norris and Shireen Anabtawi. And it's signed by Daniela Norris because I won this from Goodreads giveaways. This is my first time winning something from there. I have won books from Goodreads, but usually from forums and groups and links from there, not through the official giveaways. And literally, I went there and I thought I liked it, so I pressed the entire giveaway, and that was at night. And then in the morning, I received that I won it. So, and it was only for 3 people, so I was really, really lucky, and I know it. So I intend to review this in detail because, well, I think I owe them something because they paid postage, and I realized it was like €4. So, this is an actual like retelling, and it's not retelling. It's about these two women, the authors, that they meet at a party and they realize that they can't go to each other's house because of the block and how difficult it is to access the sites. So they decided to write letters, and this was published in 2010. The last letter here is dated 2009, and basically it's a series of letters, correspondence between them. I will have a link of where you can buy this book down below, because £1 from each book is donated to Children of Peace, a charity to build friendship between Israeli and Palestinian children. And I'm so lucky that the first book that I actually won was this one, because the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is something that I'm really, really interested in. So this should be quick, since it's even though it deals with strong themes, it's letters. So hopefully I will finish this tomorrow and have a review up. Another book which I intend to read tomorrow is Darkness of Morning by Samantha Boyette. This is the second in the Darkness Rising series, and basically I was given it by the author to read and review. I did the first one, and this I still haven't managed. It's not because I don't want to, it's because it's on my e-reader, and I only read like one whole book on the e-reader as a whole. I like it, I just prefer paperback. I don't know why I bought an e-reader in the first place, but what I do is I take notes of the book, quotes that I like and what I think is going to happen, etc. And then I do these little pockets and have everything in it. If you want, I can do a tutorial, but it's really simple. I like this. This is a YA dystopian, but it has, the main characters are a lesbian pair, and it's not a long read either. But I don't know why I stopped actually. I have a lot of unfinished books. I'm on page 21 and it's on 126 pages. So I should finish it tomorrow, and hopefully I will have a review up as well. That is it for today. Hopefully, I didn't bore you, but I will have all links in the description. That way, because most of them are not known books, hopefully, you can manage to find them if you like. And if you have any questions, ask. Please give it a thumbs up if you like, and subscribe if you want to see more content. Bye!